Now, here's my question. Is the groom understanding what he's getting himself into? Clearly not. Let's take a look into his future, shall we? Hey, this is Raulh of Please Act Right. Now, it's one thing to be careful who you date, but please understand, it's really another thing when you have to be careful who you marry. Check out this Bridezilla story I found on Facebook. It's strange enough when you receive a wedding invitation along with a list of rules that every single guest is expected to abide by. But when that list of rules is a bunch of ridiculous demands made by the self-obsessed bride, you wonder how you got along with them in the first place. The bride in this story not only came up with a list of unusual rules, but she went as far to say that any guest who refused to follow them would be made to leave the wedding premises. Even the bride's siblings couldn't believe how outrageous the bride was being, all at the pretext of having a fancy wedding. The sibling took to Reddit to ask people whether it would be wrong to skip her sister's wedding because of how stubborn and unreasonable she was being with her wedding demands. My sister's getting married in less than 3 weeks. I haven't been involved in the planning as I have a life of my own, but from what my mom has relayed to me, it's been a nightmare. The person wrote under the username money300. My sister wants a fancy wedding and is micromanaging everything. I have no idea how normal this is, but from what I've heard, she broke down crying after her fiance brought the wrong shade of white napkins. Really? Her and both my and the groom's parents have invested a lot of money into this to the tune of over $50,000. The sibling found the ordeal ridiculous and tried not to say anything, but when guests received the list of rules, the sibling felt like her sister had crossed the line way too much. An email was sent out to everyone invited to the wedding with attendance requirements. These requirements were a joke, the sibling said. Some of them were nonsensical, like what color ties are and aren't allowed, and no one could talk to the wife or the groom alone. But some were absurd, like the fact that no one is supposed to take pictures except for the photographer for the whole event. No facial hair will be allowed or you will not be pictured, or that any woman with shoulder length or longer hair must have it cut or wear it in a ponytail. But that wasn't the end of the bride's demands. There was more. The sibling went on to write, the worst though was the gift requirements. According to the email, a gift of $300 value or more must be given, or $250 cash, or you will not be allowed into the venue. The email also ends with, those who choose not to follow the rules will be asked to leave. Please think of the bride and groom's wishes during this stressful time. Really? Wondering whether the bride was joking or serious, the sibling said, I can understand micromanaging, but this is absurd. I called my mother to make sure this was not a late April Fool's joke, and it was real. I told her that I won't be going because of this. That was apparently wrong because my sister has been blowing me up saying that I'm being selfish and I'm ruining her day. My parents agree with her and say I'm being an asshole. My parents have told me that they would pay for my gift, but I still think that all of these rules are a joke. The Reddit user finally asked, would I be an ass if I skipped out on the wedding? Well, I think that this Bridezilla is going completely overboard with all these demands. Women can't sport their long hair, it must be in a ponytail. Men can't wear facial hair. And a gift worth $300 or more, or a $250 cash gift is required, or you will not be allowed to attend. No, I would not be attending my sibling's wedding with these ridiculous requirements. Now, here's my question. Is the groom understanding what he's getting himself into? Clearly not. Let's take a look into his future, shall we? What do you think's gonna happen after they're married the minute she doesn't get her way with him? She's showing who she is. Do it my way or else. This woman has dreamed how her wedding's gonna go, and now she's forcing it on other people. I mean, come on, let's be real. Women who truly love the man that they're gonna marry, they don't care anything about expensive gifts or the amount of money that people are gonna bring to the wedding. They just want all their closest loved ones there to share in their special day. Now, imagine in the future, they get into a disagreement and he puts his foot down. Oh, I can see it now. Because she's putting so much emphasis on money in this wedding, chances are, if a divorce happens, she'll take him for everything that he has, and then some. If you were the groom, would you still marry this woman after seeing these demands from the guests? I know if I was the groom, after seeing these demands, I'd run for the hills. I see a divorce disaster just waiting to happen, and the groom is going to be the one to pay for it in the end. I mean, think about it. If she has no shame in sending an email out to all of her guests being ridiculous like this, do you think she's going to have any shame taking her husband to divorce court and sucking every single dime out of him she can get? I mean, come on. All the signs are there. Pay attention to the signs, fellas. Pay attention to the signs. Hey, somebody had to tell you, and I love you, so it might as well be me. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell to get notified when I post a new video. I post a new video every week. And in the meantime, pay attention to the signs. My name is Raulh. See you in another video. So if you enjoyed this video, check out one of these 2 videos right here. I'm sure you'll enjoy them too. And if you like, you can visit my channel. I have plenty of videos there. Go ahead. Don't be scared.